Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Let's Talk Football. My name is Liam. Massive game in Scotland today. Whether you call it the Old Firm or the Glasgow Derby, it has concluded. There's tons to unpack. So let's get into it. Let's have a conversation about some SPFL and let's dive deep into not only the 90 minutes that we saw today, but also what it could mean for the title race in Scotland and all of that good stuff. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hit like on the video as well if you enjoy it, and get involved in the comment section. That is the whole idea of this channel. Let's talk football. So yes, the Old Firm or the Glasgow Derby, depending on what side of the Glaswegian divide you find yourself, has different names. As you can see, I'm slightly biased. I'm definitely on the Glasgow Derby side of things. There's lots to unpack. We saw a 3-3 draw today at Ibrox Stadium. Some mental moments, I gotta be honest. Classic Scottish football. If it can happen, it will happen. That's basically how I describe not only this derby, but Scottish football in general. Whenever I'm talking to somebody who doesn't watch much of it or has never seen it, I say, imagine the Premier League, but insane. That's basically what Scottish football is. Today's game had basically everything. Let's start within 21 seconds of kickoff. The quickest goal scored so far this season in Scottish football happened today. Dyson Maeda opens the scoring, 1-0 Celtic after 21 seconds. Joe Hart plays the ball long in behind the defense. There's a bit of miscommunication between James Tavernier and Jack Butland in the Rangers goal. The goalie doesn't comfort, so Tavernier has to run back to deal with the ball over top. He attempts to clear the ball. It hits Dyson Maeda, who is chasing after it, and it ends up in the back of the Rangers net. 1-0 for the Hoops, 21 seconds in. I'm sitting there at 5 a.m. My time in Canada, and I'm going, okay, what did I just watch? That just happened. It was a mental opening to this game. I mean, it just fit the billing. I mean, there was all the talk going into this game of, oh, this means so much in terms of the table, but also the form that Rangers find themselves in. Celtic coming into it maybe a little bit struggling. Kyogo not scoring. 21 seconds in, bang, goal. And if we're honest, that was just the start of the insanity. 34 minutes in, there was a penalty awarded. Connor Goldson is deemed to have handled the ball in the Rangers box, giving a penalty to Celtic. Matt O'Reilly steps up and absolutely coolly, calmly dinks the ball down the middle where Jack Butland was. A little bit of a Panenka, not a full Panenka, but a little bit cheeky. Makes it 2-0 Celtic, 34 minutes in. Hoops were flying. They were playing so well, fully dominant, fully controlling of the game. They were getting chance after chance. Yeah, they weren't scoring their chances, it was 2-0, 34 minutes. It could have been 3 or 4, genuinely. It does go into the half, 2-0 Celtic. Seemingly kind of already done. I mean, in this game, it's never done till the final whistle goes. However, the way Celtic were playing that first half, you went, okay, guys, if you don't do anything dramatically stupid, you've got this game. Rangers were flat in the first 45. Their passing was atrocious. I don't know what the final stat ended for pass completion. However, the passing for Rangers in that first 45 was terrible. So many balls hit out of bounds, just not completed. I think Rio Hatate stole about 4 or 5 right in the middle of the field where the ball was being played from midfielder to midfielder for Rangers and just picked off way too easily by Rio Hatate. But as we enter the second 45, the second half, everything changes. The entire mood at Ibrox changes. Rangers come out flying. Celtic come out flat. I don't know what happened during the halftime intermission, but a complete role reversal of the first 45. And at the 55th minute, a penalty is awarded to Rangers. Now, this is where the controversy starts. Fabio Silva is deemed to have been brought down in the box by Celtic's right back Alistair Johnston. Now, it did go to VAR. Initially, the call on the field was a yellow card to Fabio Silva for diving. And I mean, the man dove. Again, I'm biased. I'm going to give you the Celtic fan perspective. I'm going to try to be a bit central. It's just not going to happen. Fabio Silva was on the ground so many times in this game, and genuinely for nothing. He rolled around Ibrox Field more than I've ever seen. It was nuts. He rolled around for nothing. No contact. He was on the ground. Ultimately, though, he is awarded the penalty. It goes to VAR, and like I said, initially, yellow card Fabio Silva for simulation. Goes to VAR, referee overturns his on-field decision and awards a penalty to Rangers. Now, if you watch it, the contact is so minimal. Alistair Johnson brushes the knee of Fabio Silva, and I guess that's enough to bring a man down. Who am I? Who am I to judge? I'm just watching this game from the comfort of my sofa. However, the penalty gets awarded, and as he does, James Tavernier steps up and he scores it. I mean, the man is a brilliant set-piece taker. His penalties are some of the best I've seen, genuinely. He goes up high to Joe Hart's right. There's no stopping it. It's 2-1. Game back on. Minutes after that, in the 57th minute, Rangers score again. They seemingly tied it 2-2. Ibrox goes nuts. They're celebrating in the crowd. The man's got the flagpole. I don't know what happened there. He picked up the corner flag and he was waving around. But wait. Controversy again. Welcome to Scotland. Welcome to the SPFL. Welcome to D-grade officiating, if we're completely honest, because during the Rangers celebration of their second goal to equalize things, VAR steps in again and they go, hold up everybody, wait a minute. Believe there was a foul in the build-up to that goal. Iwata was taken out. I mean, again, I don't know how the on-field decision didn't call a foul there. I don't know how the on-field referee did not see a foul in the build-up to this goal. Iwata is taken out, the Celtic midfielder. So the build-up is called back. And again, even just the small details. When the referee goes to VAR, and when he eventually overturns the decision to disallow the Rangers goal to call a foul for Celtic, he takes a step from the monitor, he goes onto the field, and he points at the center circle, seemingly giving the goal. Ibrox celebrates again. But wait, he goes, no. I meant that's where the foul was. I'm sorry. Why not wave it off first, disallow the goal, then point to where the foul was? It's just shambles at this point. So, coming into the hour mark, it's still 2-1 Celtic at Ibrox Stadium. Rangers are pushing, though. They're definitely the better team. The second half, they were pushing, trying to get that goal. Now, Celtic had a couple chances. They were getting balls in behind slightly, nowhere near like they were in the first 45. There was a big moment in the game. In my opinion, it was the moment that changed the game. Celtic made some substitutions in the 65th and 69th minute. The 65th minute saw Rio Hatate come off for Callum McGregor. Now, Callum McGregor, the Celtic captain, of course, he hasn't played in almost a month. He was out injured with a calf injury. So, this is his first game back in such a high-pressure situation, high-intense game. That was a big moment for Celtic. And also in the 69th minute, because we saw Kyogo Furuhashi come off the field for Adam Ida, the Irish international who was on loan at Celtic. Now, this substitution has big implications later on in the game. Quickly, I just want to say, Kyogo, I absolutely adore Kyogo Furuhashi. I have one of his kits. I own one. He's been off of it this season. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's still been a brilliant goal scorer. He still looked very, very good. But he's not been as Kyogo as he has been since arriving at Celtic. And I mean, I understand the Brendan Rodgers system versus the Ange Postecoglou system maybe just doesn't suit him as much as it did, the last couple seasons. It's a little concerning, though, that your number one go-to striker is not getting a million chances in a game like this where you need him to be on his best. And usually he is on his best. He torments Rangers backline every single time the two teams face each other. And yes, today he had a couple moments where Jack Butland in the first 45, Jack Butland he got the ball, was trying to make a pass, trying to get the ball out. Kyogo press, running it at him. He got one where he did semi-block it, and he had a couple where he was close to blocking it and causing havoc for the Rangers goalie. But in the 69th minute, we saw Adam Ida come on, and genuinely, that substitution was so important to how this game ended. So we move on. It is 2-1 Celtic until the 86th minute. Rangers are pressing. A bad giveaway in the midfield by Callum McGregor, who I thought was terrible today. Again, I say he hasn't played in a month. He's rusty. Maybe he's not at 100% full fitness. We said, okay, we can get half an hour out of him, a very important last half an hour in an Old Firm / Glasgow Derby. So let's see what we can do. I thought McGregor was absolutely terrible. I thought he was off it. His passing was so slack. His chasing of the ball was not the Callum McGregor chasing that we all know and we've seen so many times over the years. He gives up the ball. It is Sima who scores it in the 86th minute. 2-2. Seemingly kind of Rangers have come back. They've stolen a point. They've fought hard for that point. Don't get me wrong. I think they were deserving of the point in the 86th minute because it's like, okay, you know what? they've come on so hard the second half, and then there they go. Bang. Goal scored. 2-2. Less than a minute later, because again, Scottish football just can't be normal, can't be calm. It has to be insanity. Less than a minute after Sima scores to equalize for Rangers, Celtic go the other way. Paulo Bernardo, brilliant ball into Adam Ida. He takes it onto his right foot, hits it past Jack Butland. 3-2 Celtic. Seemingly, he's won the game in the 87th minute. There were scenes at one end, scenes at the other end. There's no away fans to celebrate, so the Celtic players have to celebrate themselves. Brendan Rodgers did a jump hug with his coaching staff. It was lovely to see. Seemingly, Celtic have won it at the death. But wait, there's more. Because in the 93rd minute, Rabbi Matondo with a absolutely brilliant strike. He's on the left-hand side, cuts in onto his right, curls it back post past Joe Hart. Nothing the ex-England international can do. It's a brilliant goal. He scores to make it 3-3 in the 93rd minute. Absolutely insane. Watching this, I was heartbroken. I was like, oh my God. We're 2-0 up at halftime. We piss away a 2-goal lead. Boom. We get a magical goal in the 87th minute. We've won it at Ibrox. We've taken control again of the title race, and we're back in the driver's seat. And then bang, right 93rd minute, Rabbi Matondo scores. I was like, guys, come on. See the game out. Defend. Please defend. I'm not pointing fingers at anybody, but I think Yang, again, terrible when he came on for the last about half an hour or so. Nicholas Kuhn, who started the game at right midfielder, he was non-existent as well. It really shows, to me at least, how the quality of Celtic's starting 11 has dropped since Postecoglou left and Brendan Rodgers came in. You look at last season, we had Jota starting, Jota on the wings.
When you score, you make the Celtics sing. Jota on the wing, Jota on the wing.
Jota, bring back Jota, please, for the love of God. I miss that man so much. But you see the quality kind of drop. And I mean, Yang, Kuhn, they're just not it. And the Yang was at fault for that goal. He didn't close down Matondo. You knew he was cutting in on that right foot. He didn't stop him. He didn't push him wide. He didn't make any attempt to block it in any way. So, yes, it ends 3-3. An absolutely insane game. It had everything. It had genuinely everything. It had controversy, it had VAR drama, it had refereeing decisions that were wild. It had a goal 21 seconds in that was a deflected clearance. It had 2 penalties. It had a 93rd minute screamer. Welcome to Scotland, baby. Welcome to Celtic and Rangers. Just mental. Let's look at some of the numbers really quickly from this match. Total shots ended 12 for Rangers, 14 for Celtic. Shots on goal ended 5 for Rangers, 7 for Celtic. So you kind of get a picture, even, very close, slightly in favor of the Hoops. Possession-wise, it actually ended 55% for Rangers, 45% for Celtic. I thought it was going to be a little closer than that, if I'm honest with you. The game seemed very, very even. So what does this mean for the SPFL table? Well, Celtic are still on top. They have played 1 game extra than Rangers, so they've played 32 games. They have a plus 51 goal difference, and they're sitting on 75 points. Rangers in second, like I said, they've played 1 game less, only 31. They've got a goal difference of 50, so only 1 goal less than Celtic, and they're on 74 points, 1 point less. The title race, it's so tight. Now, in Scotland, unlike the Premier League or other leagues in Europe, the top 5 leagues, there's a split. The top half of the league end up playing just the top half before, in the bottom half play just the bottom half. It kind of splits here after next week's games. Meaning, Celtic and Rangers play each other one more time. That game will be at Celtic Park, and it seemingly, win that game, you're champion. For either side. If Rangers win that game, they'll be probably champion of Scotland. If Celtic win that game, they'll probably be champions as well. Now, of course, both teams can drop points in between now and that fixture. If Celtic lose a game, if Rangers lose a game, that could ultimately decide the title as well. There's some good teams in Scotland who have been in all right form recently who could really pull an upset. Ultimately, it's a bit of a standoff at the moment. It's who will blink first, who will lose first. You have to be perfect for either side from now until the end of the season. That's your only hope and prayer of lifting that trophy. You can't rely on the other team losing or dropping points. You have to just take care of your own business and just win every game. Ultimately, mental day of football in Scotland. Just, you sit back and you enjoy what you just watched, because in terms of Scottish football, that's the best it will get. Those are the 2 best teams with the best players, the best managers in the best stadiums. That's the best you will get when watching Scottish football. So you sit back and you enjoy it and you appreciate what you're watching. But you also go, this country's football is just insane. Like, it's just mental in terms of the refereeing, the fans, the decisions that are made. It's so enjoyably chaotic. I think that'd be a great way of putting it. It's enjoyably chaotic. I know I had a fantastic time early this morning watching this game. I know fans from around the world who get up at absurd times to watch this game. I'm sure they loved it. I know Fabrizio Romano sent out a tweet saying what an incredible game that was. It was. In terms of football, it was so much fun to watch. If you watched it, if you're on the green half of Glasgow or the blue half, let me know in the comment section. Get involved. Tell me your thoughts. Tell me what you saw in that game. Do you agree with the refereeing decisions? Do you disagree completely? Who do you think is going to end up winning the title at the end of the season? Get involved. Talk it out. Let's have a conversation. If you enjoy the video, make sure you hit like, subscribe if you're new. My name's Liam. This is Let's Talk Football, and we will see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.